Hi everyone, thank you for coming. I remember being a little girl and loving to climb this giant jungle gym in a playground that my dad always took us to. And I would climb, and I would get to the very top, and then I would close my eyes, throw out my arms, bend my knees, and launch myself off the side of the jungle gym. And about midway through the arc of falling, I would yell, "Dad, catch!" And he always would. And I was not afraid. And I kept doing it, even when I was told not to. But I was always caught before I hit the ground. I remember being a little girl and loving to swim. And my dad taught me, mostly by tossing me into the deep end of a pool, when we had decided the floaties were too much. But I loved it, and I was not afraid of the water, and to this day I love to swim and am not afraid of water, and my dad gave me that too. I remember one day being on the beach at Flagler County, Flagler Beach, where my grandparents, his parents, spent the last part of their lives. And we were in the ocean, me and Lauren, and Dad also was there. But me and Lauren were a bit further out, and we were swimming. And then all of a sudden we felt this pull, and it was a current. And we were drifting out very quickly to sea. And it felt like the log flume at Disney World, but without the log, just our bodies in motion. And I remember we were having a good time. We were like, wee, as we were going out. And my father, I didn't find out until years later, was absolutely terrified. And he was just like swimming to catch us, and we were like, wee, and he was like trying to swim and catch us. And thankfully, my father was a very strong swimmer, so he did swim out and pull both his girls back to safety and back to the shore. But as I said, he did not let on any of that fear. And so we were excited. We wanted to go again. And we were not afraid. And so I see no reason to be afraid today, because I jumped off jungle gyms and swam in deep waters and floated through waves, and I am highly protected. I am Desmond's kid. And though he can't physically be here to catch me if I were to jump off a jungle gym today, he taught me everything I need to know to land on my own 2 feet. Memories don't go the way people do. And for that, I'm really grateful. I will remember our long walks and our talks on the Hoboken Pier. I will remember the deep level we got to when I talked about my experience with divorce, and it opened the door for him to talk about his. I will remember texting him at 4 a.m., being freaked out about any number of projects, and getting a text back from him at 4 a.m. because he was up too, working on some project. He loved what he did. And that's a big lesson I got from him, to love what you do. And it started as early as high school, actually with the French horn, because in high school he played French horn. And because he played French horn in high school, I decided to play French horn because I wanted him to be proud. But there was likely no day prouder than when I told him that I was letting it go. And he said, that's good. You go find your own passion, your own dream, your own French horn. And for me, that's turned into a journey of writing poetry and story with a flair for teaching and an absolute driven mission in terms of radical politics and organizing our world. And he was here for every step of that journey. He came to my first book launch. He came to my second book launch. He came to plays that my students were in. He was involved even as recently as just a couple weeks ago with my city council campaign and a Pain and Sip fundraiser where he played the piano. I'm sorry you won't be here to see me make history, Dad. I'm sorry you won't get to hold your grandchildren. I know you would have spoiled them. You already spoiled my cat. I could feel the disappointment when Squeaky would come home and leave your house of milk and gourmet cat food for dried kibble. I will miss you. I will miss all the things we get to do. I will even miss arguing and then making up again the way fathers and daughters do. I missed you this week because we would have been doing some great political text exchanges around the Orange Man in the most recent election. And there's no doubt it would have been hilarious because there's just been so much good material. But I think what I will miss most is our Father's Day, because that was our time. And we would go to Liberty State Park and drink margaritas. And I wrote, for everyone else, I wrote Dad a poem a few Father's Days back, a few years ago. And I gifted it to him, and I found it amongst his keepsakes, and I would like to read it to you. The poem is called Thank You, Love Always, and Happy Father's Day. Our never-ending teacher, your words of wisdom sometimes come in a smile, a nod, a nose crinkled up in confusion, but their meaning is never simple. You give, expecting us to pay it forward. And you hold back pain, hoping we won't see it through any cracks in the walls you've constructed to keep us safe. Thank you for keeping doubts from us children who were meant to dream, for changing diapers, attending plays and ceremonies, receiving panicky texts at 4 a.m., and hosting friends as well as mental breakdowns. We love you always, to a dad forever present in our lives, who brings us comfort and joy and laughs. Thank you.